The problem isn't effort, it's hesitation, and it delays everything. So a couple of weeks ago, I faced a mental block, and this was when I was really getting into sending outreach for my copywriting business. And so I would open up my email on my computer, then I would look at the creator, and then I would format the email in such that it was personalized to them. When it came to pressing send, I just stopped. I couldn't press send. And I recognized an underlying truth behind that. And I recognized that I didn't want to break the mental model in my head that copywriting was easy. I often think that copywriting, it's not as hard as other business models. I can do this just fine. But as I've seen, as it comes to actually doing the work, it actually does take effort, and it causes me to hesitate because I want it to be easy. I want it to be perfect. And if it's not, then that breaks that mental model, and it'll make me actually have to start working. And so, as I was facing this problem that I had, something changed. And a key distinction I made to get over this block is that I started looking at the email as like the next step. Because I would be viewing copywriting as the whole thing. Like, I have this 10K goal I have to reach. By this end of the summer, I have to do this, and I'm looking at the whole stretch. So I want to use an analogy of a staircase. I was looking at the whole hike of the stairs. In reality, all I needed to do was look at that first step. Because once you're on the stairs, you just start going up the stairs. And so I focused my energy, instead of looking at the whole thing, on the next one thing. And that was sending an outreach email. And so I took the action. I pressed send for that email that I had drafted. Definitely was not perfect. Was not the cleanest thing ever. But I pressed send, and that allowed a breakthrough. It kind of just like shattered my mental block. I was able to push through it, and it was like enlightenment. It's like, hold on a second, this isn't even that hard. I'm just pressing send. Like, what? And so from pressing send, from that breakthrough, I realized that outreach actually isn't that difficult. You just have to break through the block, and then it becomes a whole lot easier. And I'm sure that I'm going to encounter future blocks in the future. I'm sure I'm going to encounter blocks in the future as well. But all it takes is one moment, one small action that breaks through your block, and your progress skyrockets and your momentum picks up again. So, yeah. And whenever I come into a block, like I did with copywriting, sending outreach, I just have to make sure that it's just that one thing. It's not this big thing that's going to determine the course of my life. It's just one small action that determines if I did what I need to do that day. Yeah. And so I've started sending more outreach, and as AP exams come around, because it's nearing the end of the school year, I'm having to divert focus a little bit more so I can prioritize studying for APs a little bit. But that's just like 2 weeks, and then I can get back into full steam on copywriting. Yeah. So that covers what I wanted to talk about in this video mainly. It was just me facing a block and then overcoming it and the aftermath that followed it. And so I faced another block as well with YouTube. I haven't posted in I think like 4 weeks, and that was just me productive procrastination is what caused that. I was just looking at the metrics and whatnot for YouTube instead of working on this video that I was going to post. But I got through. I was just like, I have free time. Why am I wasting time looking at the details when I could just make the content and post it and get the results. So, yeah. But as the summer comes around, I want to shift the focus on my channel to be more on the business aspect of my goals. So I want to focus more on the copywriting and me wanting to become a polymath, learning new skills and whatnot. So I think there will be a small shift, but it'll still be around the same topics and whatnot. So yeah, that's all I have for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.